Home is very, very good for slots. Liverpool somewhere at Manchester. Two Manchester club are just losing like as if there's something wrong with both of them. For Manchester City, they lost against Aston Villa. For Manchester United, they lost at home. 3-0 against Bournemouth. This is the second year in a row that Bournemouth has beaten Manchester United 3 goals to nil. So the same problem, the same different coaches, the same problem for Manchester United. For Arsenal, trashed their opponents Crystal Palace away from home to okay, probably they are back to the title race again. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay,
No.
guys.
It's with me. It's with
welcome,
me.
welcome
But
to
it's
vote for.
fine.
That's joke of the year, man.
It's fine,
Welcome
man.
to Vote
It's
First on
fine.
Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here with the guys in the studio. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning, football maniacs. I'm happy to be here as always. It's fine. Okay, we'll get to it. Don't worry, I've got something under wraps.
Good morning, Nos. How are you?
Well, good morning. Godwin just made the joke of the year, but welcome to the show, guys.
I didn't actually make a joke. That is exactly the same thing Ateta said. He said that they are back to the title. So it's not me that is saying, it's Ateta that is saying. And for me, it's
you
what
just
a
feel like
coach. It's what a coach. If a coach says that he's back in title race, who am I to say he's not back in the title race? He said that he's back in title
It's
race, so they are
fine.
back in title race.
He get
Okay,
bust up while they wait.
he gave it
Arsenal
the wait for
fans.
that. He gave it now for March. Okay, they wait around for March when he go lose like 2 straight matches against small teams. We'll come to remind them of this statement.
Okay, I remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. I will be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, let's dive into the EPL games that happened on Saturday and Sunday. For Saturday, early kickoff, Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 1. For West Ham, it's 1-1 against Brighton. Ipswich 0, Newcastle 4. Brentford 0, Nottingham Forest 2. Nottingham Forest is somebody, some club that we need to be actually looking at because they are winning their games and they are progressing on the table. For Arsenal, it's Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 5. On Sunday, it's Chelsea 0, Everton 0. Actually, that game was played at Goodison Park, so it's Everton 0, Chelsea 0. Manchester United losing at Old Trafford against Bournemouth 3 goals to nil. The other game is Southampton 0, Fulham 0. So good point for Southampton. For Leicester City, honeymoon has ended. They lost against Wolves
Back
at
to back.
home.
They go come understand in the Premier League, no be
3 goals to nil. Now, the final game for Sunday is not Tottenham Hotspur 3, Liverpool 6. That game was interesting. Goals everywhere in the Premier League this weekend. Okay, guys, let's start with the first game. The first game is Aston Villa versus Manchester City. I don't know how many games again. John, tell us how many games people have lost in the past 9 weeks.
I think the records are there. I don't need to tell you. You know the records, and it's as simple as that. For me, going into the Aston Villa match, I wasn't expecting anything short of a win. But I was surprised the way we played and the players we fielded and how the game unfolded. Basically, it shows that Pep Guardiola has a rebuild on his hands because clearly the guys on the team cannot deliver the results we had last season. Simple.
Okay, so what do you make of that result? Him losing again. It's interesting how these things fall off. Sometimes you'll be at the top, suddenly you are just there. He's struggling. He has not been in this situation before in his whole career. It has not happened. Even if you look at the game he's losing, it's not that they're not even playing well. We are saying on our podcast, you can check it out that some years ago, do you understand? Even if you collect 3 points from City, you will suffer. They will want to choke you, but now they are not even playing good football. They are not playing well, and they are losing games. So what is generally wrong with this City side?
I think for me they've hit a brick. I said it before, and that was what I said in the podcast. I'm saying it again. They've reached a level that they hit a brick wall, and they're trying to push that wall back, but it's not because everybody, even Pep, and you just what you need to do now, according to John, is to start another rebuild. Because we believe that this Man City, because at some point there was something Mourinho said. He said the Man City, if you're counting the biggest team in England, you count Man City 1, Liverpool 2, Man City second team 3, before you now start counting other teams. He didn't count Liverpool's bench. He said before you start counting other teams, first team, you count Man City's first team and Man City's second team in the top 3 teams. And now the first team is not available. The second team is not even giving us what we want to see. And it just begs to tell you that we were just living off the hype that this team is good. Whenever you take out one player, another player can come in and replace them. Whenever you take out the first 11, the major 6, they don't have anything on the bench because this is a clear-cut example of how it is. There's no Rodri, the midfield is not working fine. There's no backline, Diaz and the rest of them, the defense is not working fine. If Kyle Walker is not fit, there's nobody to come in and replace him properly.
Luis is there, but I don't think that. I think that the general problem is with the City squad.
The whole squad has issues.
This is happening in football. Sometimes you don't know what is wrong, but for City they are losing. Let's talk about Emery, because you cannot talk about City. You have to give kudos to Emery because he winning at home. Even though everybody is collecting 3 points, City is sharing 3 points these days. Yeah, City, I don't know what is happening. They are sharing points.
They are Southampton.
Yeah, no. Okay, they are Southampton of big club.
This season.
But they are sharing points. So for Emery, good results for him. He has not been actually done well in the past weeks, but getting a win against City is actually a good result.
Look at where Emery is on the table.
Duran and Roger scoring those 2 goals to give them that win.
It gets some point. People say, so you sound like a violent somebody. I'm not violent, but I just say it the way it is. You get sometimes you're going to watch that Morgan Rogers play, but plus me flog and cord for ear. Because you see a clear-cut pass, you want to dribble past 2 defenders, where you should have made the pass instead of running past the defenders. And in this game, he did those kind of mistakes. If not, it would have been more. But at some point, we just felt like, let's give him kudos. He made some passes. He got an assist. He got a goal. Good game for him. It was one of the. I think that was the night of his life, because he played the best football I've seen him play in all of this season. And for John Duran coming in to replace Ole Watkins, he sent a message. If I see that John Duran to play for Aston Villa and he wear that claret and blue of Aston Villa, just a cry. Like, if to say we know on time. For your save 10 million.
Now I will double that money come.
For your save 10 million, carry and come the club. He go play for the East London side of the Clarets and Blue. They wear Clarets and Blue.
Now you go double your money.
Now that at 5 million, they beg them before go be like 75 million now. But John Duran, good player, positioning himself well, getting a couple of goals this season that you'll be wowed. Like, say this striker will not be available for this match. If I come, I want to say, if you not take careful, I go put him for bench. And that was what happened. I think in a couple of 2 games now, he started ahead of Ole Watkins and he scored goals. It tells you that there is competition in the squad and there is quality on the bench.
Okay, let's go back to the next game. Pep Guardiola should find what is wrong with City. And before the game, he said that I think February, March, the charges, the 113 charges, they are going to have the verdict of that charges if they are going to be relegated or point deduction or whatever the punishment will be, or if they are going to win the case, because they have won the first round of the case against the Premier League.
Yeah.
Now is this particular one they are going to be looking at. So he's saying that after that, but according to him, no matter what happens, he's going to stay at City. I think for me, I think apart from City, I don't think he can even go to any other club in quote. He can't go back to Germany. He can't go back to Spain.
He definitely can go back to Germany. He can go back to Spain.
I don't think
he will wait.
I was privy to an interview he did where he said City will be his last club.
Yes,
Maybe
I saw that too.
The next step would be national
team. Yes, so you have to
something
stay at
like
City.
that. So for me, one of the things I would just want to hint at here is that, a couple of players coming back to the side have stopped the manager rebuilding. And it's easy for you not to rebuild. For example, we had the transfer rumors of Bernardo wanting to leave. We had the transfer of Gundogan away coming back. I think a lot of these players should have been let go, and then the squad rebuilt this last season. But it wasn't done. Hopefully that can be done this season, because there are a lot of people that need to go and a lot of people that need to come into the squad, basically.
Okay, for Pep Guardiola, let's see what he's going to do with this rebuild. I think that it will motivate him more to stay, to rebuild this squad afresh, because he has to probably let some players go to see if he can bring in your players and rebuild afresh. So for him, according to John, and not according to John, that's what he actually said. He said that City is going to be his last club, because if you look at it, he can't go to France. France is going to be boring for him, because normally he's going to go to PSG. And it's going to be boring for him.
If he want go France, make it no hard. Make the competition for day for them. Make it go somewhere like Marseille.
You will not go to Marseille.
Why go the big team?
Why you go Marseille?
When it comes City now top 6, but not be the
let me ask you a question. If you are good in tech, and Microsoft is looking for you, will you leave it and come and stay at work at, I don't want to call it a station here in Nigeria? Do you understand? You go to the best club and offer you the best contract. Leave that one. I don't like when people say that.
If I good, I don't say I good. If the best no find me, I don't say the best get somebody there. I'm not going to go there, go compete with the other best.
You know the funniest thing about it? If he says that he wants to go to a club anywhere, they might sign the coach that is there and put him there.
Straight up.
Because it's Pep Guardiola we are talking about. But let's not go into that. Let's
up.
move on to the next game. For Pep Guardiola and City, he needs to find solution. I think it's, for me, this particular season is West Ham versus Brighton. That game ended 1-1. No, so.
Well, good game. Good. I don't have any other thing to say because they say, why are you dwelling much on West Ham game? Good game, considering the goal and coming back strong into that game. 7 minutes later, you're equalizing. Good game for Mohamed Kudus. Welcome back to the team. But I just feel like they could have done more. They could have done more.
Okay.
They get the win. At least the win would have been better. We missed a couple of chances in the first half, but we could have done more. But it's a good game in all.
John, what do you think make of that game? Since they threatened to sack him,
He started
getting results.
It means
like life is sometimes what they told him that the next game if you don't do well you are going.
You are going. He got a win.
He got a win against. He has not lost a game in the last 3 or 4 games.
He has not lost a game in the last 3 games. He got a win against what's it called? Against Wolverhampton Wanderers. He got a draw against Bournemouth, 1-1 draw. Now another draw against Brighton.
For me, at the game against Wolves, I don't think that's, let me say, any superstar performance.
That was the day they gave him the sack letter that if he does not perform.
Wolves should be a must win. Like, I don't understand. He won Wolves, and we are saying he won Wolves because they said they were going to sack him.
They said they were going to sack him, and he won against Wolves. There was a draw on the card in that game. I came here, I called it a draw in that game. But when they said he was facing a sack, if he doesn't perform, he'll be facing a sack. We saw a win, a 2-0 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers. The next Monday, we saw a 1-1 draw against Bournemouth, and I felt like, okay, fine, this man has arrived. Now against Brighton, a 1-1 draw again.
Okay,
so Mo see next match.
I
go and a Boxing Day again. Yes, Mo say I go if not draw me the Saka. We know the chop. West Ham sabi chop draw soup. If not draw me the Saka because we can do better than a draw, man.
Okay, let's move on to the next game. It's Ipswich Town 0 and Newcastle 4. Good game for Isak too.
Fantastic.
They don't come back
game,
now. You know when they go come back. They don't come back now. Don't see the Newcastle who the icings. Where they play with one leg on the pitch, one leg for training ground.
One trick wonder, now one game wonder.
Not the one game wonder. See how they play. See how they played. Look at the last 4 matches they played, and look at the last 2 matches they played. 4 goals scored. I think they played against Leicester in the last 4 matches, and you look at the performance. I'm talking about performance. Results we follow. They've not been performing. They perform, they get results. If they perform and opposition side perform more, we'll not say okay they perform, but they try, but try reach. Because Ipswich in this town. I think Ipswich in this town, they look at how they played. They didn't play like as if they were challenging to even get a result in this match. If you look at the way Ipswich play like Mo just come, Mo just know because now these people get players if he hit us on the counter attack. Mo secure the back, and they did not even challenge anything. The lab did not even make any attempts going forward. No other player in that side made attempts going forward in the opposition third, and it was a problem for them.
John, hat-trick for Isak.
Yeah, you have to give the man his flowers. Hat-trick for Isak. You could see what it meant to him when he scored the final goal. He was shouting, running, and all of that. It's a good one for him. Obviously, this also wakes up a couple of clubs in the Premier League who are in dire need of, a striker because
I don't think that Newcastle will not let him go. You have to pay through your nose for him to
let him go.
You bring person from Spain, come and you play him off position first season, he score you double figures of goal. Off position from flanks, he score you double figures. Now you can't play him for position. If they go off position to run into position, you see the talk say, and if they give you double figures, and you say you want to sell up, it's not for sale. Okay. Unless you want to pay. See, Newcastle advice, Isak is worth 255 billion pounds. It's not even billion. Anybody want to sign him, bring money.
Let's move on to the next game. The next game is Brentford versus Nottingham Forest. You need to keep an eye on Nottingham Forest. They are actually top 4 for the first time in a very long time in their career. Nuno is doing a very good job there. They won that game away against France. Brentford 2-0. And our Nigerian guy, I scored the first goal of that game. What do you make of Nottingham Forest this season?
It's been a long time coming. If it were ever written in Premier League history, this was the season for them.
That club have won the Champions League.
Of course, now they are the oldest club in England, as they should be. They are a big club in their own right, and it's finally good. They say that when things come together like this, they come together for a reason. Nuno, I feel, is the right man for the club, and the club is at the right point in their history to be able to make that breakout. And we are seeing them have a good season so far. Is he going to end up with a European sport? I don't know.
Wait, as God we talk now, what if they can't go Champions League next season?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they can't win now.
Let's talk about another team.
No. I just say you go play with your imagination. We go play with
no,
imagination
let them
first.
go to conference league.
Not be conference league. They're in the top 4
Mhm.
this season. What if they finish in the top 4?
Mhm.
Is a what? Is a big if. Hypothesis now. What if they finish in the top 4 and they end up winning the Champions League next season?
Where Real Madrid no qualifier, be Real Madrid
They might know this Madrid will know.
So
just
now
say.
you agree that this is the Real Madrid we know because
No,
when
Real
these
Madrid
guys
they
win
win,
the
no.
Champions
Real
League.
Madrid they win Champions League, but not be every day now. It's not every year. You can't see them do 5 in a row. They've done 2, they've done 3 in a row before, and they've halted them. They've done another one. You know, if you do 5 in a row again, you get. But what if they do this one? They win it. I know this particular Champions League they look now. That Real Madrid get them. Next season, Nottingham Forest can collect them from their hand. I go be.
Let's leave that one. They don't have the players to actually even do that.
I'm just talking about the players they have in their squad now. Tight knit group. When they did the substitution, you see that when Nottingham and Brentford was building back into the conversation, there was a sub the coach did. And I want to bring your mind to somebody I did not expect was going to play. Was it Dominguez or what was his name? I wasn't expecting him to play because we heard he's been off on injury and all of that. But when he came in, it was like solidifying the midfield, not even the defense. You put a defensive midfielder, you put a center midfielder. It was like I'm taking off striker to put in center midfield, not even defensive midfielder. So it means you have to solidify from midfield because if you say me a pack boss, the PC break the chain. But he did some stuff, and you feel like this coach knows what he's doing. And perhaps after that game, he didn't get another goal. But after that match, you feel like this coach, you give him credit to some extent.
Okay.
But the challenge now for Nottingham Forest
is to continue in this part.
Yeah, how do they build coming next season? Because of course, if they finish in the top 4, they are getting 10x what they usually used to get in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
How do they now strengthen the squad and grow without breaking this unit?
It's not up to management.
Okay, let's see what happens. If you look at Nottingham Forest, the way they have performed this season, they stay 4th on the Premier League table. That is a good stuff for them, and I'm proud for them. I'm proud for that whole team. Okay, let's move out to our YouTube channel to read some of the comments before we move out to the next game. And Andre is saying hi. Hi, so Andre, welcome to the show. Okay, Justin Nedu. Justin, okay, says well done, guys. Thank you very much, Justin. He's saying, okay, I think the only short break of any kind in the season could solve the current meltdown going in Manchester City. The team needs a mental break and reset. Okay, Justin is also saying what Mo Salah is doing in the Premier League this season is generation. See his massive goals and assists. Okay, that's good.
Liverpool are big.
We are going to
reach there first.
We are going to reach there. We are going to reach there quickly. Okay, our next comment here. Okay, Emmanuel, welcome to the show. He's saying good results over the weekend. Yes, a whole lot of good results everywhere over the weekend. So remember, Justin, remember to subscribe to our channel. We do this every day, Monday to Saturday every day here on Volt 104.3 FM on our YouTube to join us, and every day 8 a.m. live. We are live here on YouTube. Just join us at Volt FM Sports. That's our YouTube handle. Okay, let's move on to the next game. The next game happened. The final game on Saturday is Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 5. It was a good result for Arsenal, winning that game 5-1. Good result for Arteta. After that game, he said, okay, I'm back and we are back in this title race. What do you guys make of that game? Because they trashed, it's a back-to-back win. And the funny thing about that game is that Jesus somehow,
Jesus the beast.
Somehow the beast
has awakened.
Somebody say something, I saw on social media, he's not surprised that Jesus has risen in this Christmas period.
Is that the birth of Jesus?
Suddenly he picked up from somewhere.
December and January, and after February. After February, he goes back to sleep.
I was surprised that he started this game, but I think it was a confident. But I could see the confidence, but scoring a hat trick against Crystal Palace, giving him, and he missed. He's supposed to score another hat trick.
He missed a couple of chances.
He missed about 2 or 3 one-on-one chances.
Yeah.
But he actually scored 2. One of the one Harvard scored. He actually headed that ball, he hit the bar and came out for a rebound for Harvard to score. So, but that game, good game for Arsenal.
Look, I see the lineup, I see the players. You know, definitely these people want to pack the bus. But when you score the first goal, they will come out to play. Then that's when you need Martinelli and Harvard. And look at this game now. He played Harvard in midfield. You get Partey, Harvard, and Odegaard, which means it was just a flurry of attack. Stay in the positions, have run behind the channels. You are seeing the channels. Odegaard and Partey will make those passes. Just run in between those channels, and I think that was what Martinelli, Jesus, and Havertz was doing. They were running in between those channels, and Odegaard kept feeding them those passes. Partey kept feeding them those passes. Saka kept dragging the defenders out for somebody else to run in, and it was just was just beautiful to see. I see that game, I felt like this is what they call tactical genius. This is the tactics you want to go in when you're playing against a team that packs the box. You play with this kind of tactics, you play with this kind of players with certain instruction to run down those channels, and they just did that well.
Okay, Jordan. Apart from that win again, the sad news there that Saka was injured in the first half, so he was removed. Martinelli moved to the right hand, which actually did well. Surprisingly, did well when he moved there, and Trossard was introduced. I think Arsenal fans will be, because he went away from this. So when he was leaving the stadium, there was a video circulating on social media that he was on crutches. So it's not going to be that part of injury.
No, Christmas is over for him.
I think so. You have to know after the test, maybe today or tomorrow, the scan will know when he's going to be back.
It's not a good sight to see, of course, and I don't think any Arsenal fan will be happy, but then at a certain point it's good news for the club, because throughout this year, last year, and a couple of years, they've been over reliant on Saka, so Arteta is going to see the extent to which his squad can manage without him, because like I said now. Baba, why they do this thing? Why they do this
sometimes
thing?
I wish sometimes.
Do you know that sometimes Arteta forgets that Sterling did that team?
He dey say for training, he forget. He tell him go train for that side, go train for the other end. Just as this big now.
I think it's maybe in the next 1 month, it's time for him. He has to play every game now, because obviously Trossard and Martinelli will not be playing all the games. So that's an opportunity. That's good for you. There's always going to be that gap. That's probably 1 month, 3 weeks opportunity when somebody is injured. Now it's obvious that every game, Sterling, if he's fit, is going to play.
I complain of Martinelli being all pace and no brains, but Martinelli still make those dashing run in between defenses and in between defenders and tries to take a shot. Now Sterling will go reach inside box 18. They try to guide ball.
They talk down. The one where they vex me now. You dribble ball, carry and enter inside
corner.
18. Baba, release your ball now. Release ball to striker.
Or play shot.
Or play shot.
No. You go dribble.
They find PK. Which kind of life is that one?
Now they tell you won't play ahead of Saka be that for
I don't understand, but it's fine.
Now I think now they have to look for somebody else.
No doubt.
January.
Definitely, they have to look for somebody else.
Either depend on how long the injury is.
It's not about injury. It's not about injury. If Saka was still 100% fit, in January, they still need somebody in attack.
If you want to even say, let's play with the team we have, it means Odegaard will have to go there, which means it will reduce the workload of him in midfield and will increase the workload of every other person in midfield. We go to the flank and play that position.
It's not possible.
He has played it here before.
I know
they have Trossard,
but it's not
Martinelli that played there and played well.
Martinelli played. You see one thing.
Trossard and Martinelli starting. Who comes in to sub either of them? Just Sterling. Who is subbing on the other flank?
No. If they do sub, Odegaard will go there. The one they will come to midfield.
Well, it depends how he's going to be.
If that's how you want to do it.
But for me, barring the Saka injury, I still felt like Arsenal still need to do a major January signing in the attacking position.
Look at the team that I saw for Gala.
But knowing Arteta,
he will refuse.
Once this guy scored this 5 goals now, he will lock up shop till summer.
And Jesus can play from the wings too.
He can play from the right.
That's another thing.
He can play from the wings. So I don't think now is an opportunity for Jesus to play more. And the opportunity for Sterling to play more, and he brought
the title race is over.
But
all right, the title race is just over. Let's just come out our mind. Let's wait for next season.
Well, Arteta believes in his team.
Because Arsenal we are only waiting for next season.
If you see, we are talking about this game now only because Arteta wasn't pig-headed and he played the right players in the right position in this game. Minus Havertz. We have a Timber
even with
where
Havertz.
it should be.
We have a Kelly, the right position.
We have a Kelly where he should be. In the midfield, we have a Partey where he should be. Now he played Havertz in that midfield. It didn't work last time because I was trying to force him into the center. This time he played him off on the left. But this team played the way they did because they had the right pieces in the right places. Going forward now in this January transfer window, Arteta, I am pleading on behalf of Arsenal fans. Because when this thing happens, we'll be here, they will call in and they will be feeling bad and all of that.
They never
sign one player for that attack, either a winger or a striker, but just sign one.
Let me tell you, because put truth now for all Arsenal fans to know, Arteta is not buying anybody in January.
Let me stop.
And he will come out and say title.
Because He's have not given. I'm telling you, people, he have not given Sterling a chance to play. He has not given Jesus much chance to play.
Baba
Now,
Sterling has now wait till they
He's
talk
on
like
loan.
this
Well,
now. Which kind of life?
And
now?
there's no obligation to buy, so you can still send him back to
There's
Chelsea.
no obligation
You can still send
now.
him back
Thanks
to
for Sterling has been eating 350k on Arsenal's dime. Arsenal don't
Arsenal-
feel
no,
bad
He
about
took a
it.
pay cut. He took a pay cut to join.
They shared
No,
it.
he took a pay cut
Yeah,
actually. Then the
Chelsea
rest.
is paying
some part.
So they are
yes.
being Dutch
They are
now.
being Dutch.
Sterling
Yes.
said it's fine. It's fine. But then once he leaves, that vacuum will be there. Obviously,
They have
but
to buy,
They
yes,
need,
them.
they need to buy.
Yes.
They
So
need
now
to buy.
summer now they wait for them for summer.
Now
So
summer. And that's what I'm telling you. They'll
which
not buy in
means
January.
so
summer.
which means Arsenal
Title
title
don't
race
finish.
na next season. We wait for na season film now. Wait for next season as they be.
Okay, let's move on to our YouTube channel. We have some comments on our YouTube. Emmanuel is saying, okay, happy to see Man United and again. I'm happy to see Man United lose again. And Tottenham was a disgrace last night. Okay, Emmanuel is saying, Jesus informed during the birth of Jesus Christ. Okay, Jesus informed during the birth period of Jesus, the Messiah. Oh yes, yes,
Jesus the
yes.
Messiah.
He actually picked from this Christ. It's not surprising his name. We don't pronounce him the same thing, but it's spelled the same way. Okay, he's also saying, Emmanuel is also saying, sad to see Saka injured. Okay, Honest Chinonso, welcome to the show. Honest Chinonso, welcome to the show. He's saying, since Chelsea isn't in the title race, I suggest they should drop and let Arsenal that's interested come up so it doesn't become very lonely at the top for Liverpool. Okay.
He's already lonely at the top.
Then Emmanuel is back and he's saying Arsenal needs 3 players: a backup for Saka,
Yes.
a backup for Odegaard,
Yes.
and a major striker. Get a top number 9.
Oh
Thank
bro,
you.
I don't
Thank
sing that
you.
song for like 4 years now. No Arsenal fan agree. I know sabi anything about Arsenal, but I don't sing that song for like 4 years now. Since Arteta joined that club.
Emmanuel is saying also how West Ham play.
How West Ham play? We played good. See now our problem na yours coach. Gree or no gree, our problem na yours coach. Lopetegui no get he sabi tactically, but he no get the right tools to take the players over.
Okay, Creative Shots, welcome to the show. Okay, Creative Shot is saying, guys, Real Madrid is not finished. They made a comeback now. Everything has to make a strategy to beat them. Okay, we'll move on to the Liga later, but yes, Real Madrid are just picked form now. And again, Atletico Madrid to pick form.
Yeah.
So we have to talk about
No,
that at some
Atletico
point.
Madrid slowly.
But now they are picking form. So okay, honest, Chinon. So okay, welcome to the show. We do this every day. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Join us live every day. We talk football here on Vote 104.3 FM on radio and at Vote FM Sports on our YouTube channel. Okay, let's move over to the Sunday games. I know everybody's waiting for that Sunday game, so let's dive into that Sunday game. Okay, first let's talk about the small clubs and we'll move over to the big ones. Okay, first is a Fulham versus Southampton 0-0. Good points for Southampton.
Yeah,
A draw.
Good point for them.
Good point for them. Not allowing anybody to score.
A draw.
Not good game for them. Look at the way they played. They were just I didn't see them offer anything going forward. They were just trying to block out. The only thing is let's just stop these people from scoring goal, and that was what
At
they
least
did.
they got a clean sheet. At least now. Around they played that play and got a clean sheet. Let's start from that place first. And they are going to get a new coach too.
Ramsdale has been receiving Woto throughout this season.
No, actually, he's not been on goal.
Yeah, he's not been for
He's
the
not
past
been
4
on goal
games.
for the past 4 games.
Yes.
The person who conceded 4 against Tottenham Hotspur now one. I don't know if you pronounce his name, but he's been there. He's been around. At least he should. At least this game now, this particular game was a good game for Fulham. Was a good game for Southampton. Matching them. It was
a good game for Fulham. It was a disappointment for Fulham.
For Fulham, it was a good game because they performed. It's just that like I said, you keep performing. Performance is one thing, result is secondary. When you perform and the opposition team just knows how to shut you down, to give you another result you don't expect. And I think what Southampton did is this one is find a way to shut them down. Let's not perform. Let's not even come to the conversation of performing or getting a result. Let's just find a way to shut them down. And I think Fulham kept performing and looking for ways to get on the goal sheet, but there was no way there.
Okay, before we move on to the next game, one comment on our YouTube channel. Samuel Johnson said, this Saka injury is Arteta's doing. Kids playing much games in his teenage age always set them up for injuries. Check Jack Wilshere, Ansu Fati, Yamal, Saka. The list goes on. Okay, Emmanuel is saying Southampton clean sheet away from home, and man, you couldn't even keep clean sheet at home. He's laughing. Okay, the next game in that Premier League game is honeymoon has ended 4. The honeymoon have ended 4 for Leicester City. Van Nistelrooy needs players. Now he knows it. You know, he started with after the 3 games, 1 win, 2 draws, or all the, something like that. Then everybody was thinking, okay. And man, you was saying, I wish that
he was there.
He was there. Now it's back to back defeat for him. Now Wolves sacked their manager,
considering more than 3 goals.
Yes, Wolves sacked their manager. So I think sacking manager works sometimes. You understand? Sometimes, not every time. But for Man U, it's not working. But for this club,
for Man U, it worked now. Sometimes now. I'm only winning the first couple of games now. Why you talk like that?
We are going there first. Let's wait. I know that one is a hot story.
No.
I want to take it second to
last. May I come on my glove? You get my boxing glove.
So okay. Him losing, Van Nistelrooy needs players. He needs to start building gradually. That game, losing away to Wolves 3-0 is not good for Leicester City. And if you look at them, it's at risk of relegation. So he needs to start buying in January.
You know, for me, Leicester City, their task is pretty simple. They have one of the leanest squad in the Premier League. They need to strengthen. 1.
Simple.
2, they need to get somebody that will take that load off Vardy, because Vardy alone cannot. He has been carrying this team for the last 5 years.
Daka.
Please, let's not call Daka. Then they can't meet with it, but for more the reason.
Not be me talk now. Their fan base talk say Patson Daka better pass Ademola Lookman, and they have to let him go. Now this guy is not even playing.
If their aspiration is relegation football, then fine. They should stay with Daka.
The Daka self is not even playing. He's been on and off injury since this thing. Then there's this guy now, Mavi Didia, waiting me name we don't know if he pronounce, and Kwasha Shin. We don't know if he pronounce their name. These players can play off positions. They can play as a striker. They can play from the flanks. But it's not about who plays in the front line. It's about the midfield. They have old legs in the midfield. The Somaria and the Ndidi is not working. The Oliver Skip is not creating enough chances.
Yeah.
Harry Winks is not available. He's been off injury, but he's coming back gradually into the team now. These guys is not. They need to just at least in January reduce the workload of elderly players. We call them elderly men, and bring in young men who can do the job, who can run. Because you can't keep playing old men. You can't keep sending old men to fight war.
Bonanote is not even starting for Leicester City at this point. It's crazy though. But
okay, let's see what Van Nistelrooy is going to do in January, because in January he needs to buy players if he's going to avoid relegation. But if you look at where Leicester City is on the Premier League table, they are just 17, just 2 points above the relegation zone. So they are in danger of going back to the championship. So they need to start buying and start winning games. Okay, let's talk about the big game. The big game is Manchester United. But before we talk about that, let's move over to the YouTube and read comments about Arsenal before we move on to Manchester United. Okay, Samuel Johnson is saying, Arsenal, we don't need a striker with the amount we paid for Kai Havertz and Jesus.
Who is saying this one?
It's Samuel Johnson. Calm down.
Let me
finish.
Make it finish.
We can't get a marquee striker and bench them. For us to get a new striker, Jesus or Kai have to leave. One of them have to leave. Okay, he is saying, okay, Johnson is saying, unless a midfielder has to leave, then Kai Havertz dropped to the midfield. But you see that Martinelli, we need to get rid of him ASAP.
A quick question. It doesn't need a striker. I agree with you. Now, let's go to Tottenham Hotspur, your team up front. They don't some may be striker, but he plays in that position.
Yeah.
Kulusevski may be attacker, but they can send him in the front three.
And he scores goals. Yes.
Brendan Johnson may be striker, but he played. But they still needed, since Harry Kane has, but there's still Harry Kane that is there.
They still brought
in Solanke.
Yes.
To come and play football. So which one is you don't need a striker? You need people that will be
for me.
They need people that will be tinkering off position. Then when the cross comes in, there will be no man to bury the chance.
Okay, let's
it doesn't make sense for me.
Well, it's an opinion. I told you people on this show
that
I'm telling you, they will not buy.
I should just own the fact that his experiment has failed and bucket these two guys, Havertz and
in January,
no signing. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. No signing in January.
No signing.
No. Summer definitely there will be a signing.
It's fine.
No signing in summer. No signing in January. I agree. So let's not be talking about winning the league. Let's talk about if they'll finish in the top 6.
Thank you.
Not top 4.
Thank you.
Top 6.
Thank you.
5th and 6th position is what they'll be fighting with.
Let me say again. He played with Jesus and he came second. After we do top 4 again, let's not go there.
He played with who? Come against them?
They even play up to 20 matches.
Okay, let's go back
to 10 last season.
Let's move out to the big game, our two biggest game in the weekend. I won't call it a big game, but the first game is Manchester United 0, Bournemouth 3. This is the second year in a row they are beating Manchester United 3-0. I don't know what is wrong, but if you look at that game, I saw a line on social media yesterday saying different managers the same result, the same thing happening at Manchester United. They are not playing well, they are not defending well. And again, in how many games in a row now, they considered a game from a set piece. Even though they are playing 5 defenders, they still concede from set piece. I think the first thing you need to do is to work on that set piece. Look at the teams that Arsenal, Chelsea, they were considering with Arsenal, especially for Arsenal, they were considering with set pieces, corner kicks, and all that. They worked on it. They brought in a professional set piece coach, and they are not only defending it now, they are scoring. So I think Amorim should actually fix that, because you cannot, any cross that enters your 18 once you concede, because it will make the players anxious, the fans anxious. Once they concede the corner, everybody is afraid that they are, oh, it's time for us to concede again. But losing like away to Bob, not away, losing at home at Old Trafford, yes. At Old Trafford, 3 goals. What do you make of that game for Amorim?
You know, we talk about Amorim, and why we all say that, you know, there's no judgment till the end of the season. He has his time to train with his players. He has his time to sign his own players, model the team after his own image. Then we have the judgment coming in. Granted, you know, but if you are going to play with a 5-man defense back to back, and it's not working, there is the flexibility in changing that back 5. For me, it's not working. Okay, and you can't play this your method the way you are going about it with the players you have. So change your format, change that team into the same formation Bournemouth used in that game. Play a 4-2-3-1. Play more attacking game.
Leave that one. You not change formation. Leave that one.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. See, when he did the sub, is where I want to start from now. When he did the sub,
bringing another defender when
he's losing.
That's my.
Now
that's
everybody will say. This he get everything they been see, get everything we want to do. We know this guy has the ability to move forward. Mazraoui. You get now when Euro came in, he went to this what's it called?
The right side of the defense.
Right side. Why Dalot went to the left side of the wing back. Then Mazraoui now moved forward. Yes. Now it was a good sub at first, but it didn't work. Baba, what you need to do again now to just at least try something in the book. Then the next sub was Zeski for Højlund. That was a poor sub. Trust me, that was one of the. I didn't expect it to be a like for like. At that point, you don't need a like for like sub.
You need to bombard.
You need to bombard the attack. Then when he saw that the like for like sub did not work, he went on to do what again? He went on to bring in Garnacho, an attacker for a defensive midfielder. At that point, he has already lost the midfield.
Yeah.
Because he only had Kobe Meno and Bruno Fernandes in midfield. Who going to defend the ball from midfield?
Kobe now.
You see Kobe. The numbers of Kobe. We talk about Kobe being a center midfielder, not a defensive midfielder. It's just like telling Pogba to come and mark the ball. He will definitely commit more fouls. No, we understand that Ugarte was on the yellow card from the first half. You have to take him off to secure him so he doesn't get a red card in that game. But you needed somebody else as a defensive midfielder. At least at that point now, you need to take out maybe a Dalot and bring in a Casemiro. Maybe. See, I'm just saying.
I'm saying for you to put more attacker.
Maybe. No attacker there for bench again now. Rashford is supposed to know they. You know, Rashford for the starting lineup. You know for the team sheet. So who again for the attack we want to play? Nobody.
Why take off Zeski and bring in Højlund when you can bring in Højlund to join Zeski?
That's the thing with that. Why take off Zeski to bring in Højlund? That was the like for like sub he did that was only off in the substitution he made. The other sub he made was top notch. Then bringing in an attacker for a defensive midfielder, you've already lost the midfield. Now you're expecting to sit deep and hit on the break. The team where they hope to hit on the break against, then they win.
See the point. I want to even make this point first. That first substitution is where I had a problem with John. John, if you look at that substitution, you are losing at home. What I was expecting, probably putting an Anthony, move that lot to the left, putting an Anthony or Ahmad at that wing. He worked against Manchester and they got a goal. Do you understand? I was thinking that was going to do. I didn't expect when you are losing at home, you want to make a first substitute and you're doing, I won't say like for like, you remove another defender and put another defender. It should that you are afraid. You're afraid. You don't want to take risks. You just want to. Because you're losing at home. What do you have to lose?
You have nothing else to lose.
You're losing already.
You have nothing else to lose. And for me, we said it on the podcast and I don't want to repeat myself, but for me.
Repeat yourself.
Yeah, okay. For me, the mentality is the main problem. One, this is Manchester United. I've been crying like a broken record throughout this season that you start the game at the blow of the whistle, not after you concede one goal.
They are comeback kings.
But the comeback, no comeback.
The comeback don't travel.
The comeback, no really comatose comeback.
Now talking about it, this is the 9th game in a row that have conceded first in a game.
Thank you.
All competition. first 9 games in a row they consider first. It's somehow, come on.
Now the record of comeback things, but against Bournemouth,
The comeback didn't come
I
back.
just feel like the Bournemouth side saw the subs that were, me at the talk I'm as person where I be. All the sub we do for that match, now waiting any other person if he read. If you say put Anthony, everybody go see and say, hey, we'll see.
At least try the attacking. You try with City. Okay, imagine you are losing to City last week. You are introducing attackers.
Nobody expected him to introduce attack. Nobody in their right mind. Now that's why that's why I call it surprising coaching. You outthink. It's like chess. You outthink the opposition.
What did happen yesterday?
Yesterday, this didn't no work because I expected all those sub. You expected the sub like for like. Komodzeski, put in Højlund. Now wait till everybody expect. But at that point, you're supposed to surprise us. Come on, Bruno, put in Højlund. Make Zeski come play as Bruno. So since 9.5 MB. You go at least me. If they come on Bruno for that kind of match, now put Højlund. You know go they surprise. You go there like wow, which coach do something happen? What did he do for you? And maybe if you work, you get the result. If you don't work, we'll come back to the media like, why would you take off your captain and bring in?
But for me, I just felt like they underestimated Bournemouth.
Definitely.
They underestimated
the team that have
Bournemouth.
beaten Arsenal this season, that have beaten Manchester City this season, that they are underestimated.
That's why I play 5 defenders.
He has to play 5 defenders. Come on.
When he do sub, he has to play 5 defenders. But when he do sub, if you look at the other game before Man City, I think they won that one. If he does a sub, he's always taking out a defender for an attacker. The last one he did, and the time he tried Anthony was the conference Continentals, where he tried Anthony. He was losing. He took out a defender and brought out Anthony. And they scored a goal. Him and Ahmad do what they do, and they got. Then against Man City, he did the same thing again. He walked. Against Bournemouth, he underestimate them, say, okay, fine, but the team, he still play 5 defenders, do sub, introduce defender again.
Let me ask you a question again. When he started, when he took over for Manchester United, he played Ahmad as a wing back and he walked.
Yes.
I think for a couple of games. Why do you think it's right for him to switch Ahmad from that wing back to a proper attacker? I think he should have stayed what he was working with Ahmad, because Ahmad was getting on tackles well. He was scoring goals, even though he was attacking, but he felt that probably Ahmad can attack more when he plays up front.
Ahmad was attacking well, but Ahmad was always missing his position, because you could see that whenever he played Ahmad at the wing back, Bruno Fernandes is always dropping deep to midfield, right? Ahmad is always running
up front
to tackle the ball from. So it felt like that three, Højlund, Ahmad, and Rashford was always trying to defend from the front, while Bruno was always, and Ugarte was always going to that wing back to play there. You get that was why he felt like, okay, fine, since this guy is always leaving this position to run, but he has the space to run, let's not make him run too much, but let's manage him and play him in this certain position as a number 10.
For me, moving Ahmad into the winger position is a good move, because Ahmad will always give you production, he always give you energy, he always create chances for the team. That's not the problem. My problem is whoever he picks to start in that 9 position, sometimes they do not come to bear for the team. They did not come to bear for a team. You started Zexi in that position. Personally, I would have started Højlund and brought Zexi on in the second half. But that aside now, why can't we just play Mazraoui in his wing back position? Because he would have given a better production in that game than Dalot.
Well, when he moved to that after that substitution, he considered a penalty. When it has spoiling, he will just spoil and finish spoiling. I think they need it. They need it sometime. Let's see what they are going to do. Before I ask you the next question about Rashford, let's go to our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. And Emmanuel, he's saying this man you keep a call on Anna. Make CAF 11 Abi. And he's conceding goals anyhow. And he's also saying, Emmanuel is also saying, how can United be playing at home against Bournemouth and play 5 defenders? That's horrible already. Now let's talk about Rashford. For the 3rd game in a row, Rashford have not made the Man U team. What do you make of that? Right or wrong?
Right, if you ask me, because at a certain point in time, you have to put the foot down. You have to have your principles as a club. And one of the principles guiding Manchester United, we can go back and look at several of them. We can go back to the Roy Keanes. We can go back as far back as we want to go. Anything you are doing with the media, with regards to your faith in the club, you seal your faith, and that's you are going.
Okay.
Simple.
So right or wrong for him to be left out? Because I think some of this game needs Rashford. If you look at it.
At this point now, it don't do wrong. Because
they need Rashford. Because for me, Rashford is better than Garnacho.
It's not about being better than Garnacho. Because at this point now, unless you want to bring in a Chido, Obi Martins into the starting lineup,
yeah.
And you say Anemenu, or you want to bring in another player from academy to come and play, You know,
And
get
there's
bench.
nothing wrong with
You
that.
not get
There's
bench
nothing
to
wrong
play.
with that.
He wants to experiment
Let's
with
not
you.
forget that at a certain point in Manchester United history,
Mm.
their lineup were made up of those products. So what's wrong with having them in the side? If you are going to freeze Rashford out of the side because of what he did going to the press and his poor behavior and poor conduct in training, fine and good, but find another way to get the result for the team. Otherwise, you look like you made the wrong choice.
Okay, Amorim losing that game at home, 3 goals to 0. I think what is wrong with Manchester United it's their foundation, it's the establishment. I don't know how to explain it, but something is wrong with that institution as a whole. So they need to figure it out and probably give Amorim time, because if you remember when Arteta came in, he need to remove all the players that was in the club at that point when he joined.
Yeah.
Even though he won the FA Cup, but he was every year. It took him about 2 years to release every player. That team that won the FA Cup, none of them plays for Arsenal currently. So I think he would give Amorim maybe 1 or 2 years. Then if he start buying his own players, then we'll see. But let's move on to the last game of the weekend. It was a 9-goal game. The 9-goal thriller in that game is Spurs 3, Liverpool 6. Liverpool they are probably champions. The way they trashed Spurs in that game, Salah getting 2 goals and 2 assists. That 2 goals that he scored is now the highest goal scorer in the Premier League with 15 goals. So it's something that Liverpool fans will be happy. You know, they're still fighting for that contract. So he has 15 goals. Our Haaland have not scored for so many games. He has 13 goals. So what do you make of that?
You're looking at the goal. This is the first player in the Premier League history to hit double figures before Christmas. Not just double figures of goals, but double figures of goals and assists. You get before Christmas, as in Christmas never reach. You don't score 10 plus goals, you don't get 10 plus assists to your name. First player, and definitely you look at it that he's not from England. He's not being backed by the English press. They don't sing this guy enough song.
Liverpool will not give a contract.
They don't sing this guy enough song of praise for the media, and Liverpool self they treat their own like people tell me that money matter. Not be money, you get the money. I believe the Liverpool board get the money, but same thing happened to Mane. Look at him, he's balling now. He went to Bayern Munich, he was balling. He's now in Saudi chopping money, he's balling. You get, if you don't give this guy a contract, it will take you 4 years, because people are saying Mane, they've replaced Mane. Diaz is not in half what Mane is doing
at all.
Diaz no do quarter. Slow motion Gakpo abina Cody no do quarter of what Mane do for that club, and I think they're on better contracts than Mane.
Yeah,
you get, so if these players have not done half of what Mane has done for the club, and you didn't give him contract, and Salah is already on his way out from January now, he will start receiving offers from other clubs, and you will not be in the competition to match the offer any other club. And trust me now, if a Fiorentina brings a 200,000-300,000 pounds, maybe they don't get that, but they just want to cough him out to sign him in, because they are now in the conversation of getting into the Continentals.
Let's not forget, at a certain point in time, he played for them.
Yes. Was at Roma. Yep. Now, if this team now are willing to cough out 300,000 pounds to get him in again, bro, Liverpool will have to double their.
They will have to match and even exceed.
And if they say no, we don't have that kind of money, let him go. They'll have to wait for 5 years. Or 3 years to get another player in that will replace him, or perhaps they'll tell Trent to go and play in that position.
Okay, let's talk about Angie. How can you concede 6 at home after winning Manchester United? Okay, you don't even consider 3 at home against Manchester United. Now you consider 6. So back-to-back games, 9 goals. Come on.
It's Ange, it's Tottenham, Butler.
It's Highline.
It's expected.
Highline FC.
It's expected. When you see, that's why when we talk about some of these things that managers do, when you want to play a certain way, Arteta did it. When he wanted to play the way he wanted to play, playing with a high line, playing out from the back and all of that. Arsenal had their seasons where they made those errors and they built upon it, strengthened the team to be able to cut down some of those liabilities. Ange hasn't done it. You want to play high line, you want to be stubborn about your high line, but you don't want to invest in the back four. You don't want to invest in the team that can be able to limit that liability.
Even though their 2 centre-halves did not play this game. Their 2 first centre-halves didn't play this game.
It's to be expected.
Dragusin and Gray starting in defense.
And then secondly, for a manager in this level in the Premier League to not be tactically flexible is a problem. Because if you want something, let's say you are a Guardiola, you want something at the club, you are a fan favorite or the club favorite, you can have some of the pegs to do what you are doing. But what you are doing now, you are playing with your job. because when the fans turn against you, you are out. Simple.
Okay, that game ended 6 goals to 3 in favor of Liverpool, scoring six away
You,
from
you,
home.
you're,
Is
you're talking.
something is something that Slot has built, and I like what Slot is doing. Probably, if he continues, obviously they are going to win the league because they have a game in hand and they are top of the table. So let's see what they are going to be doing. Okay, let's take few calls about this weekend games. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
This is Lathard calling from Cross River.
Okay, what is your contribution?
I want to just talk a little about my papa.
Okay, Arsenal. Okay.
Yeah, Mikel Arteta has not been that successful.
Mm.
In 5 years, he has just won one FA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But my appreciation on behalf of him is that he has been able to take away those weak players from Arsenal.
Mm.
Yes.
I remember those days when Arsenal cannot even match other teams strength to strength.
Yes. Yes.
Talk about the defense, you will cry as an Arsenal fan. But Arteta came in and filtered the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can see Arsenal's back line. But you know the problem?
Mm.
He has focused so much on the defense line. Why not focus on the attack?
Okay.
I said it in this program that Arsenal has the team to beat any team in England. But the problem is the man is over experimenting.
Mm.
Tomorrow you are playing party at midfield. Today you are playing party at right back.
Mm.
You can't do that. Party, when Party was even young, they were not even playing in a right back. Is it that they are aging? It's insane. See, Mikel Arteta is the cause of this problem. If Arsenal had more experienced coach, they would have won at least 2 leagues in the 5 years he has been in charge.
Yeah.
But he has failed to do it because he's so inexperienced. And for me, I keep saying as an Arsenal fan, let him be shown the exit door next season. We need an experienced coach that will come and add few persons to that attack. And Arsenal is done.
Okay.
Look at against Liverpool. Look at against Chelsea. These were games we were supposed to win. We were in front, and then we allowed them to come back and beat you. It's bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arsenal cannot continue like this.
All right. Thank you very much.
Man, you now their problem is that.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, next game is talk about Chelsea drawing against at home, away from home 0-0 against Everton. It was a few chances here and there, especially in the first half. Chelsea had more chances in the first half, but Everton had more chances in the second half. It was a game of 50-50 game, but ended 0-0.
That kind of thing, they turn and say, if you don't score me for first half, I will score you for second half. Better score your goal. And Everton defended in first half. And second half, they came firing. This is the first time this season that Chelsea has failed to create 10 plus chances and they have failed to score a goal.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time this season they failed to score. I think they didn't score. Yes, this is the first time this season they failed to score a goal against smaller teams. And I feel like they need to, this is now where you say the work has begun, because all this way they play since when you lose match, they win match, they be like, you're cooking. Now you don't see against Everton, I don't say the food, no sweet. You need to go back to check what you put, the ingredients you put for this match. And I feel like this game now, you should now try to introduce, you get new players with new mindset into the starting lineup. And this is just the beginning of it too. If small team, now once with Premier League, if one small team catch your medicine, other teams go find that medicine, use them against you.
John Baraka is talking about he's not in the title race. He wants to do top four. I think he's justifying his words.
Yeah, in a sense, but while you say he's not in the title race, I'm sure he wants to win every game possible.
Yes.
So he's going to go back to the drawing board and come up with something.
Okay, let's take a few more calls before we end the show. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Name and location, please. Okay, Pedro. Please, 1 minute, Pedro. What's your contribution?
Yeah, I want to congratulate Manu for losing their match.
Okay.
Yeah, because
It's not easy to lose. Okay.
Their coach is a good one for him. Let him continue. Because that is what
All right, thank you very much. Okay, just going to congratulate Manu for losing. Okay, let's take a few more calls before we go. Yeah, hello, good morning.
everybody.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
I can understand.
Okay, Ike. What is your contribution, Ike?
Yeah, I will ask my friend, the color, because they get the
Mm.
you know how they get the match, they're supposed to lose because of, let them start at that now.
Mm-hmm.
At that will go back where they belong. No any coach that will do well.
Okay.
That's not like that. Let them start him. I like it. I like that. Like that. Let them start him.
Okay.
For City match,
Mm.
that match, that's not this the Everton,
Yes, Everton. Yes.
it's a club. I don't know. I'm going to see them in the past. What I know. But as a players now, I think the letting go. But I want to this guy waiting to Obama.
Waiting do am.
I played the match.
He played the match.
Okay,
Yes.
Everybody play.
I didn't watch the match.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Uh, okay. If you look at the table in the Premier League, is taking shape gradually. Liverpool stay first on that table. Liverpool first, Chelsea with 39 points, and Chelsea is second with 35 points. Arsenal is third with 33 points. The top four is Nottingham Forest, making top four is 31 points. Good for top four. Good for Nottingham Forest. If you look at where Manchester United is, they are still on 13. Now they have a negative goal difference with
Of
20
one.
of 1 with 22 points. In the relegation battle,
It's
it's
still the same.
Wolves then on 18th, Ipswich Town on 19th, then Southampton the last on the table with 6 points. So obviously Southampton have to go down. But let's see what happens. Okay, tomorrow we'll come back here. I remember, as I always say on this show, this is the Christmas period. Let's go and share love and share gifts. If you have more, give to your neighbor, because Nigeria this period is tough. So if you have more, let's help our neighbors and have a very wonderful Christmas. So finally on our YouTube channel, Emmanuel is saying, so why did they take Chido from Arsenal and pay that much fee and not bring him into the first team? And when they can't score, Chido will do better than Garnacho and the poster boy from Ajax. Okay, let's see. Okay, for tomorrow, you can still call us and tell us the Premier League, because we need to actually focus and discuss this Premier League. So tomorrow you can still call us and tell us your own contribution about the games that happen in the weekend. And two, we are going to focus on the other leagues in the La Liga and the Serie A, the Ligue 1 that are played throughout the weekend. We're going to discuss all that tomorrow. And tomorrow, you can still call us and tell us what you think about this weekend game, especially that Man U losing at home. So, see you guys tomorrow. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful Christmas season.